Good evening. Welcome to the Man Cave. It's been a couple of pretty hectic days with the end of school, start of summer, and dance season coming to a halt, and my kids' recital. So I didn't get to do this when I wanted to. We got a little box in the mail the other day on the 7th, and I'm really excited about this. Into the Dark Dungeon, Silver Mine. I backed this Kickstarter. It was very. I was pulled right in. I mean, I like dungeon crawls, and this is kind of a small box, which goes right along with my small box, big fun line. But it's sold as a solo, cooperative, or competitive dungeon crawl tabletop game with randomly generated dungeons for 1 to 5 players with arena included. I'm like, look at the size of this box. That is a lot of game for something this compact. So I backed this almost instantly. It's by Pyramid Games. I really liked the idea of it right away. I jumped in and was like, yeah, I'm going to do this. And then with the tariffs that are going on up and down and all around, nobody knows what's going on or how our Kickstarters are going to flow or whether we're getting things or if it's all going to come back on backers. And this company, Pyramid Games, they worked really hard and said they weren't going to pass the tariffs on to anybody. Even when it looked like they were going to go up to 140% or whatever the heck it was. And when you've got a bully running the playground, you never know what's going to happen. So these guys, though, they were very professional about it. They said they weren't going to pass those on to any of their backers and that they were going to keep it the way it was. So I want to show you the back of the box here. This is, I mean, it's the art that's fresh off the Kickstarter. It's simplistic yet beautiful in its simplicity. Harkens back to the old school black and white. I mean, it's amazing. This simplicity calls to me. Some of my favorite games are ones that are set up like this. So I'm going to read you the back of the box here, and then we'll open it up and we'll see what's inside because I really want to play this and I haven't been able to. So enter into the Dark Dungeon. Is a dungeon crawling tabletop game that explores randomly generated dungeons, that you can play solo, cooperatively, or competitively. Explore randomly generated dungeons, overcome challenging encounters, and fight to survive as you strive to complete your quest. Embark on an adventure or acquire forgotten knowledge. Gather valuable loot and trade for the supplies that you'll need in your next exploration. When you're ready, delve into the Dark Dungeon once more or take a new quest, uncover hidden treasures, and claim your place as a legendary hero. This contains 186 cards, 120 cubes, 2 6-sided dice, 56 tokens, and a rule book. It's from Pyramid Games, a small company that, I think I very much believe in what they do because of the way they handle themselves. They're very professional. It says it is for 14 and up. The game takes 30 to 60 minutes and has 1 to 5 players. 30 to 60 minutes is another big pull. Like a game that you can set up, play, and walk away from. And then come back to later with a whole new experience. The replayability aspect is one of the things that pulls me in. So the box art does not disappoint. I think that's very cool looking. So, here we go. Oh, look at that. Player aid card right on the inside of the box. That's cool. You don't see that very often. On the sides of the box, we have what appears to be some of the art in the game. Heroes and villains, I assume. Ooh, right underneath our rule book, which, let's look at this real quick. The Crawler's Manual. That's pretty cool. Look at this. It's laid off very simply. Easy to read. The words are not too tiny. Our rule book is 22 pages long. A solo, cooperative, or competitive dungeon crawl tabletop game with randomly generated dungeons for 1 to 5 players. I can't get over the simplicity, the beauty of the that's in it is just gorgeous. Look at this rulebook. Look at the art style. These are right from the cards. With several different modes on how to play, you would think that this would be a very complicated rule book to look at. And it doesn't. It looks like it's very broken down very easily. Breakdown of the cards. And this.
The font is a bit tight, though. Looks like a little bit.
A quick reference guide. Well, it's written small, but it's not too small for me to read. And the font it's not overly fancy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nice
I'm just saying, like,
words.
it's all very close together and very packed.
I see.
Like, there's less of a margin between the lines.
All right, I'll just open a combat, attacking, roll 1 die, and oh, my eyes are messed up. It's not indicative of the rule book. It's indicative of the time. Attacking, roll 1 die and add the attack attribute to determine your hit score. When attacking any enemy, roll both dice. 1 die represents your attack, the other represents the enemy's attack. You add the respective attack attributes to each die. The combatant with the higher total wins the fight, and the loser decreases their life by 1. The combat continues until one combatant reaches 0 life. You can make 1 attack per turn. So yeah, nice and easy. Let's look at some of the components in the box here. I like that they give you bags. More games are starting to do this, and I think it's it shows how much they care about their customers. Okay. Wow. Cubes
a lot
galore.
of pieces.
Well, it's cubes and counters, because some of these are good guys. Each hero has a color, I believe, and then the bad guys have a color, and I think Loot has a color.
Oh, they have the silicone gel.
Yeah. Cards. More cards. Ooh, check out the dice. I like how they're different. One for your hero, one for the villain.
And they're like rounded too. It's very nice.
Yeah, I very much like that style of die. Oh, they're stamped. This is cool.
They roll very nicely. I can't open the bags with one hand.
Look at these they're stamped. The dice have the little symbols on them. So that's cool. That must be our character die. And possibly the villain die. The book explains.
They have these different symbols on them.
Because these ones
very pretty.
These are the blank ones right here that you couldn't open.
I'm one-handed right now, and I'm using my non-dominant hand.
Here's our tokens.
Do stuff.
The punch board's nice and thick. Look at that.
That's a very nice punch board.
So let's see how easy these come out. Look at that.
Ooh, that was very nice.
Yeah, no Chad. No extra chipping or anything. That's nice. I like
It's called Chad?
It is called Chad. The little hanging bits.
It's an odd name.
Yeah, some guy that lost Al Gore the election for president back in the day. You'll read about it in history one day. Check this out. Bottom of the box has a map of the area that we're in. That's pretty cool.
We got Stoneforge, Elderwood, Silvermine, the Crossroads, Valor Keep, and the Arcane Tower.
During the campaign, he was asked about those names, and he said that each one of those could be a game in itself as he does expansions. So it's future world building. And and again, the simplicity, the beauty of the art, and look how easy that is. And he's got world building right implied inside of it already.
Yeah. And so this is the Silvermine focused one.
This is the Silvermine, yes.
This is the first one,
so
then?
This would be the first, yes. Right now, it's the only. He's working on on a role-playing game, I think, next. I just got a thing saying that his Kickstarter just kicked in, but...
Those are very fun.
Yeah. All right. These always get...
It's very, very pretty artwork.
Yeah, I can't get over it. I love it. It's the art style. And, I mean, for some people, it might be off-putting, but I like the simplicity.
It's simple, but also very detailed.
Yes.
Yeah. It's a very nice balance.
And it's
between...
reminiscent of like old D&D campaigns from when I was in high school. You know, I mean that type of style, like the Stranger Things sort of vibe.
I haven't watched it yet,
Right.
but I'll agree with you.
So here's our cards.
It's very like almost like hand drawn.
Ooh, we have open door cards. We have
Just
closed door
nothingness.
cards. These are apparently weapons, or at least that'd be my guess.
Mysterious black void.
These are different. Maybe these are starter. Ah. All right, so these must be the bad guys or something. Because this one says Goblin Chief, and there's our stats. I assume the circles are where you start. Our Troll Warrior. Our Warg. Another Warg. Different?
No.
They do not appear to be different. Okay.
But if you're like fighting multiple at once.
Could be. So that's those type of cards. Wow. So here's our smaller bad guys. We have a Goblin Guard. We have a Goblin Shaman. A Goblin Spearman. A Goblin Warrior, a Goblin Guard, a Goblin Shaman. Wait a minute. Okay. A Goblin Shaman, Goblin Spearman, Goblin Warrior, Plague Rat. That's cool looking. Another Plague Rat. Oh, there's a giant, or a venomous spider. Another venomous spider. Goblin Guard, Goblin Shaman, Goblin Spearman. So this is the... So there's all those. Oh, let me put them face down like these others. Okay.
So yeah, so these are like the basic enemies. These are more the advanced,
okay, so check
harder
this out.
enemies.
This is
it's a
called
tree.
The Tree. This...
It's a bookshelf.
Yeah, but it's called The Mystic. That's interesting. Tier 1 books. Oh, this must be where you buy stuff.
The next one is a chair.
So this is select your path, so it's branching. That's what the tree thing was. That was kind of cool. Here we have, with the wagon, we have the merchant.
So I wonder if this is like a alignment. It's like good, neutral,
I'm
evil.
guessing that on the
something.
map somewhere it's going to say you can travel different paths.
Well, that's less fun.
Here we have what looks to be inn parts. You've got a fireplace, a couple tables, the inn sign from outside. What does it say? It says...
The Crossroads Inn?
The Crossroads Inn. And so on this side we have the innkeeper.
Very evil. Ooh, 2 roomers.
Yeah.
Or it
cool.
costs 2 to get a roomer.
Yeah. All right. Here we have... it looks like a
notice
post.
board.
So it says the quartermaster. So it must be where you buy supplies. All right, I found our characters. We have... Right over here. The Wizard. The Warrior.
A Dwarven warrior, by the looks of it.
The Ranger. And the Knight. Okay. Here we have what appears to be some sort of treasure cards, maybe? Because this...
Ooh, and that's the whole map.
It's the map, again. But on here we have, this is the stash.
Yeah, so some kind of treasure. So you roll a die to see what you get.
Here we have... Oh, it's another one. These must be the rewards you get. Or, I don't know. We'll figure it out. Like I said, this is just the unboxing. We'll read the rules and go through this later. Now, this is interesting. Here we have our dungeon. Sack crate. Oh, so this is a legend for the dungeon, apparently. These are traps. It's the key.
It's like a player guide again.
Right, because on this side we have actions and...
Yeah, so it's a player guides. That's nice.
That is very nice. The cards are very... feel that.
Ooh, they're very
thick. They're sturdy.
It's good quality.
It is, yeah. I love the finish on here. All right, so that was the big cards.
what is cool is on the back.
Oh, here we go. These look at this. Here's our maps.
Mm-hmm.
So these must be the entrance tiles for each of the dungeon.
Yeah.
That's why the doors were closed. Then in the open doors, we have the wall, the rest of the path. And yeah, it looks. Oh, that is so cool. There's enough cards here, that's for sure. This is awesome. Many different paths, many different options.
So
I really want to play this.
What's cool is on the back of these enemy cards is the 2 swords.
Yes.
On the back of the hero cards, there's the staff.
Yeah.
On the back of these harder enemies, there's the sword and the staff.
Both, yeah.
So it's like they're
the boss bad guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The enemy characters.
Yeah.
Which is interesting that you classify a warg as a boss. Unless you have 2 wargs as the boss. Maybe they're just harder enemies, but that's still, why would you have the hero's symbol to signify that?
I think you keep it simple. The less symbols you use, the less you have to worry about it, and you're uniting things. So, okay, all right. So here's one of the thicker of the 2 decks of small cards, and they all share the same back.
They're all treasures.
These must be the
coins.
treasures. Silver coin, 2, and they're different numbers. 1, 2, 3. There's another one. Let's just jump halfway through. There's a lost map. Strength potion.
So yeah, so we just got different treasures. The
Ooh,
sword of speed. The staff of light. That sounds hopeful.
And the axe of defense. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So we know there's weapons, potions. There's a backpack to hold stuff. Ooh, look at this. There's rune cards. Rune of attack. So runes must be something that you can enhance your weapons with, I suppose. Ooh, keys. That's nice.
Keys to the chest.
Maps. Tools. Oh, those look like thieves' tools. Which is interesting because I didn't see the typical thief, but there was a ranger, so he's probably the roguelike. Oh, it's a torch. That makes sense. They go in with torches blazing. They're the heroes. These guys are capturing the torch. Maybe that's what that is.
Okay.
There's the warriors they used to do it, right? And so these warriors go over the torch
Capture
and
the
the
torch.
pushed out or put out. So that could be what that symbolism is. That's a lot of torches. So,
hey, they're the most underrated resource in any dungeon
I
crawler.
tend to agree with that. All right, Mr. One Hand, can you put a dice back in this bag so we can start putting so we can make some more room on the table? I'm going to open that last bag of cards.
Mine.
Gimme. Can you put those in there? Or no, never mind. You've only got one hand. I don't want to
I can try.
screw up your video.
Let's see.
Oh, this is technically our first TikTok and YouTube. Is that correct? We added some of our YouTube videos to TikTok, but this is the first one we're doing simultaneously.
I believe our last one was.
Oh,
but this is our second one for sure.
Okay. So for those of you who are viewing us on TikTok, welcome. We're not really used to this platform. I mean, to be honest with you, we still don't really know what we're doing with our YouTube, but we're having fun. We're showing stuff that we enjoy, and we hope you enjoy it too. So that whole like, subscribe, do all the button pushing thing that we're supposed to be saying that I always forget to say. Let's make sure we do that today.
It's kind of an annoying thing to say anyway when you hear it.
So these are a little different. These have different backs. I've got several with this parchment back. And these are things like...
Hey, I was working on it.
I know, but I want to show you
I
cards.
was getting them.
I want to show the cards now.
Okay, fine.
Everything's open. It's time to move on. All
okay, well, let's see. What do you got?
Here we have things like Alchemist. Collect all 3 potions. So maybe there's barrels, fire, chest, crates, cartographer, gates, a headhunter, goblin bane. Oh, that's pretty cool. Defeat all 4 goblins. Nice.
This could be like objectives, do you think?
Maybe, yeah, that could be it.
What's the barrel
Lock
objective?
picking, rogue, Disarm 3 traps. Maybe they're skills. Scholar, Silver Touch, Tombs,
They're
War Master,
sunglasses.
Wayfinder. Maybe these are the titles that they were talking about. They do look like it could be a title. And we were looking at something that said that you get a title. Where was that? Right here. See, it says titles.
Oh yeah, the Vagabond, Seeker, Pathfinder, Adventurer, Explorer, and Hero.
Nope, actually, I didn't see any of those on those cards, so that must not be it. We'll figure it out. All right, here we have. It's funny because when I used to watch these types of videos, I was like, why don't they read the rules first? Because the rules are in the box, and we just unboxed it, so that's why we didn't read the rules before we made the video.
And if we just sit here reading the rules to you, that's kind of boring.
Right. No, I mean, sometimes people are like, why don't you read the rules before we start talking about it?
Yeah, okay, that too. That
if
not unboxing it.
If this was a playthrough, I think that would make sense. You know, we'd have already read the rules, have the board set up, and be ready to go. But since it's just an unboxing, we guess a lot.
I'd advise playing through the game before filming a playthrough as well, so you know what you're doing.
Here we have books on the backs of these cards. Again, I really like this art style. And these things say things like favorite enemy, flee combat, for the loot, giant strength, mirror image, opportunity, second wind, and then it's got things that it helps you. Like these are defense ones. This one's a trader, so you can buy or sell. Favorite enemy, T2. And you got the defense +1. I don't know what the circle means. Or +1 to a die roll. Maybe that's what that means. Flee combat, for the loot, giant strength, mirror image. So second wind. I cannot wait.
I like how on the backs of these cards, like it's such a little detail, but like the books are all different heights. They all have different spines.
Yeah, the binding.
They're not the same book 4 times. They're all different books with different designs. It looks like something
you'd actually see on the shelf. Yeah,
it's very cool.
Here we have a beer stein. The nice foaming head. So we have. There's a rumor that someone has explored the west gate of the silver mine, so you gain 1 torch. So that must be that rumor thing that we saw. This must be the rumor deck. There's a rumor of campfires with provisions in the silver mine. There's a rumor that the chests in the silver mine are full of coins. There's a rumor that there are traps at every step in the silver mine. There's a rumor that braziers are still burning in the silver mine. There's a rumor of an easy way to loot tombs in the silver mine. So yeah, that's interesting. So rumors must be what gets you started. You make your characters. That is everything that's in this box. And
it's a lot of stuff for a little box.
I was going to say, there appears to be a lot of game here, which means there's a lot of value. I'm very happy that we got this. I haven't even played it yet, and I'm already excited. And if you make another one, sign me up. I'll buy that box too. I love a game that's in a small box. I plan on reading these rules and being good to go because I want to bring it to my game group tomorrow. I'm impressed. Thank you so much for staying with us for this unboxing. I hope you enjoyed it too. I cannot wait to play this. And once we do get a couple of gameplays in, hopefully we'll be able to do a gameplay video. It's just summer's becoming more hectic than the school year was. So I know we don't have a regular schedule. I apologize for that, but we are working on it. So until next time, may all your hits be crits. And from the men at the cave, have a good night.